Ian's family has been farming in the Hay Gunbar area for over 150 years, and Ian's 5th generation farmer and our children are now 6th generation. So for us it's longevity of family businesses. So adapting to climate change or climate variability, however you want to call it, has made us realise that if we don't adapt, there is going to be no future for the next generation of Lugsdins coming through. So Warrendale is approximately 45 kilometres from Hay, northeast of Hay on the Mid-Western Highway. We've got about 7,000 to 8,000 hectares out here, and it's mainly cotton bush country. The landscape in this area is predominantly treeless plains. It is completely flat. We do have a couple of sandhills, and had to laugh when, you know, we call them hills, but they're actually only about 3 feet high. The temperature's shifted and we're primarily winter rainfall here. That was what we used to be. But now we're finding that the rains come at any time. It's hotter. It's definitely hotter. The summers are a bit longer, but the summers come later. We bought the dealership in 2000 because we looked at diversifying off farm, and that took Ian away. And that was when I started my foray into farming. But it was a baptism of fire because it was the start of the Millennium drought. And I'd come out of the farm and I would have to stop, turn the car off, turn the radio off, wind my windows down and listen, because I could not see 2 feet in front of me from the dust. And trying to get out onto the road was a challenge every day. It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking to see the stock. It was heartbreaking to see the country. It was heartbreaking financially. And many times I was out here and I would sit in a gateway and I would cry because of the devastation around me. We had to save our country. We had to make sure our country did not blow during drier times. There's a fine line between environmental sustainability and economic sustainability as a farming business. So you've got to find that balance. And what you find is that if you get the environmental sustainability correct, then your production increases and your financial sustainability also increases. So we decided to undertake a sandhill restoration project with LLF. That sandhill is completely covered now. And what we've done there is we've excluded one area completely forever, and the other one only gets stocked once a year. Then in 2019 we decided to do 2 more sandhill restorations because of the success that we'd already had with the ones that we'd done. In dry times, the country is protected and it doesn't get denuded, and it bounces back so much quicker than it ever has before, because we've made the changes. Once upon a time they used to just run mobs of sheep. That was it. As many sheep as you could fit on here. The more wool you cut, the more money you made. I sort of looked at things a bit differently and thought, well, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way of producing sheep without running too many numbers, like running more numbers than our country can handle. We realised that we had to maintain quality. So then we started utilising sheep breeding values, or ASBVs, to get the traits that we want in our sheep. We chose our traits that best suited us and our environment, being survivability and wool cut, because we're wool growers. We've seen massive increases in productivity. We used to shear every 12 months and we'd cut maybe 5 kilos of wool. So now we're shearing every 6 months and we're cutting 4.5 kilos every 6 months. So that equates to around about 8 to 9 kilos a year of the same or less animals. And we've also noticed with the fact that we put carcass traits into our animals, we've got a better lambing percentage. Ian's father used to get about 50 to 60% lambs a year, and we've noticed since we've changed that we're now getting 90 to 95% lambing. So for us, changing to precision management meant that we can still be productive, have a better wool cut, better quality, a greater number of lambs weaned, but not be as tough on our country.